fly-ish. I should win the S and I sport fly-ish. I should win the S. I should win the S.
So Scott, you do this for all the episodes? Oh, nice. Hope Don sends you a check.
Hey, Drew's muted.
Yeah.
2520T, black frames, half cents. Take a look in my closet, my yes sir, this is
He's on mute for me. That's fine.
He's on mute for everybody, right? Yeah, man, you get your face out of the screen, dude. Let me go get a salt. Let me go get my drink. I will order a drink. Hold on.
When I stroll, I don't even need the gas. This is what it sounds like when you finally eat it last. Grind like a Mexican so I can make some extra cash. I ain't really pressed for nothing, homie, always in his back. Even when I'm broken, full of hope that I'ma get some change. Married to the game, all that's missing is a wedding ring. You can ask the pirates, they love the way I do my thing. This is how I eat, you can call this the foolish things. I never share what's on my plate. Have you lost your brain? Don't compare me to the lanes. I ride in a different lane.
What up, Scott? It's been a minute, man.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Sit Down. I got 2310 Sneaker Street. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Yo, what's
What
up?
up, Drew?
You guys are looking at Z live from the parking lot of Starbucks.
It's actually in the
connection.
struggle net.
The intro song. What's this kid's name? Just Matt Reeves on Instagram and Twitter was kind enough to send the intro song. I'll play an intro song from any struggle artist that wants to send one across each week. I don't really even necessarily listen to them. I'll just play them. But I want to kind of go into a couple of things that popped up, guys. You know, I'm just gonna jump from topic to topic, and I want you guys to jump in. For those of you guys who don't know Penny, the Starbucks guru right now, he's probably one of the most efficient resellers in the game. He was on the Sit Down last season. I'm happy to have him back. We're gonna get into a little bit of the economics of that because I have some questions to that effect. Andy, you're the sneaker street man. You're the iPhone sneaker case dude. I mean, and there's a lot to talk about with that. Your cases really have. I'm kind of shocked you haven't gotten a cease and desist yet.
Hey.
Don't talk about it. We can't talk about that.
We can't talk about that.
But your cases are dope. You know, where I want to start is the Supreme Jordan 5. And there was a lot of stuff on there. I got a little worked up. Probably got a little too caught in like, I don't like the whole fake business.
I saw the e-beef. I saw the e-beef on Instagram.
Yeah, it's not beef because beef means that I want to fight you. I don't want to fight these guys. It's not beef. It's just, I guess, principle disagreement in philosophy and in morality and in integrity. I make my living as a retailer. So to me, the fake market devalues what I do every day. And it does bother me. But I think what bothers me more is people that are fake. And not the shoes that are fake, but the people that are fake. And they try and front and floss like they got something early and they got something that's dope, better than anybody else. And they're boosting their own ego and fronting to the whole world. Like, look at me. Meanwhile, your shit is fake. And, I got from a good authority that Supreme and Jordan Brand haven't gotten shoes yet. And that the seeded pairs don't go out for another 2.5 to 3 weeks. But these guys are on Instagram stunting and rocking their pairs. And I went on there last week and I commented, hey, your pair is fake and this one is fake. And a couple of people got in their feelings and got upset with me and then denied it. And I got some phone calls and people, calling me talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about and all this stuff. And the thing is, Penny, you've known me a while. I don't speak on, Andy, you too, I don't speak on things that I don't know about.
Right.
And, so there's a lot of that going around right now. Like there's a lot of guys with the early pairs and I've said it a million times, team early is team fake. Penny, you have a huge business based on a secondary market. as we look at the sky in the top of your head. How do you prevent fakes from infiltrating? How do you prevent fakes from infiltrating your inventory? Number one, and number two, why don't you dabble in the early pairs?
Well, I think it might have been a couple years ago. I actually got some fake True Blue 3s. They were the 2009 International Edition, but it was incredibly hard to tell. And then I sold some pairs, and the dude was like, "Those aren't right." So I actually recalled all the pairs that I sold, and actually just give them to homeless people. But I refunded everyone. But I think now it's a little easier to call out the fakes and the new, because I really only buy from shops, and that's also why I don't do a lot of size swaps anymore, because you don't really know where other people's shoes are from.
And that was a lot of the comments I got when I said the pairs are fake. The dudes were like, "Well, you'll see when the retail pairs come out." Well, no, you won't, because you can't tell the difference.
Okay, when that Slam Dunk 6 came out, they were saying that the face on the shoe was different than the retail, whatever. But when people actually got the shoes from the retailers, the face was exactly the same. It wasn't any different as whoever said it.
You can't
right?
tell.
Yeah, so, I mean, so to what standard? I mean, there are Chinese guys out there who are buying for the Chinese market, and they know what's fake, but they can't speak on it, because if the people making fakes find out that, okay, well, this is a fake, then they will go and fix it.
To me, the worst thing that I hear all the time is, I got my pair stolen off the line, so my pair's legit. How the fuck do you know yours was stolen? Because some idiot in China told you?
Also, there are a lot of, like today I had a couple texts with people. There's some stuff coming out that I can get, early, and I know they're real, but, it's not 5 months early, but a couple weeks early.
Hot.
But
working in
one of those.
Working in retail all these years. I mean, I have pairs a month, 3 weeks in advance, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a shoe that's never even hit retailers, yet that the owners of the shop that collaborated to create the shoe and the brand itself don't have pairs. Celebrities and athletes don't have pairs. Seeded pairs don't go out for 3 weeks. But these guys are telling me that they got legit pairs because they got a connect that stole them off the line in China. I'm sorry, but I don't believe this shit.
No.
I just don't believe it. And if you believe it, then I got a bridge to sell you too, because you're just some gullible shit. Like, I don't get it. And people go on these guys' Instagram pages and dick ride so hard. But you're dick riding a guy who's got a fake pair. Anybody, and then my favorite is they call you a hater if you call them out on it. Being a hater implies jealousy, right? I have $198 to go buy the same fake pair that you got. So how am I hating?
All I'm saying is, when you get into that, I mean, it's just such a gray market area that I don't think anyone knows 100% the truth, because I don't even think the Jordan Brand guys knows what's going on in the factories. So it's really just hard to say what's real, what's fake, and I think that's what kind of driving, retailer. I mean, I just don't see that many people buying early shoes anymore. It's only a select people that always get shoes a couple months early. They post like on feet preview, all the blogs use it, blah, 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 blah. And then, you don't really see people out there like, oh yeah, I got my pair right after him. I think a lot of people are more educated on the topic now than anything, and they're looking for little
Benny,
details.
I think you bring a good point. I personally think that it's incredibly irresponsible of Nice Kicks and Sneaker News and Complex and all of these guys that post the early pictures of unauthentic shoes. I think, and I can tell you, I don't click those links, and I know it looks like the real shoe, so you're trying to give the customer an early look, and that's why they're doing it. But I think it's just shitty journalism. And I think the blogs have kind of gone tabloid when it comes to that shit. And, I'm disappointed by the lack of integrity there as well.
I mean, it's just ad revenue. All that stuff, it's just a race to grab as many clicks as you can is to get as much traffic as you can each and every day with every post. And, I mean, I understand that game and, I mean, however way they want to justify it is, but I mean, like you said, I mean, you don't click on it, I don't click on it. It's just, but I guess it just comes down to like personal preference. I do think that, that maybe they should clarify when they post, not saying, because they don't say that it's fake or unauthorized, but they don't say that it's real either. So they just try to stay in that. I feel like they just try to stay in that gray area and not,
Let me ask this question, Andy. You go to a lot of sneaker shows peddling them cases.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between the authentic pairs and the unauthentic pairs while at the shows?
No. I mean, there's a group of us that go to shows each and every month, and like some of us, we just stop buying certain shoes. Like sometimes we'll buy back shoes from kids.
Like what? Like what shoes?
Like I don't buy retro 3s. I don't buy retro 4s.
Retro 11s.
Retro 11s. I mean, I think the 11s are a little bit easier to figure out, but yeah, I mean, even like none of that stuff I don't touch anymore, And it's like if you see like Ray Allen 13s, like that people are trying to sell, like I don't even like, to me the Ray Allen 13, it like doesn't exist to me.
Well, I think and Corgi kind of started to go down that road with the Oregon shoes. They only made a certain amount, but everybody's got a fucking pair. Right. Everybody's got one, and it's the same thing with these Supreme shoes. There's only 1,994 pairs of each color. I'm pretty sure that's what the number is. Don't quote me on that, but I thought that was the theme behind it because the 94 on the side, something like that. But anyways, look at this guy. There's only a certain amount of pairs of these shoes, but everybody has them.
Right.
And to me, I think it devalues. And Penny, you could tell me better. I mean, do you feel that it affects the pricing for you on the secondary market?
Not at all.
No?
I think that's why the Royal Ones and Brett One prices are so high, and that's why the Yeezy Solars are so high in Flight Club. Just because, they have a team that go and figure out what's new, like what's real, what's fake, and then people can buy from there without any like really doubt in their mind. So I think that's why.
But can they? But can they, Penny? Can they buy from Flight Club without any doubt in their mind?
I mean, you got like doofuses that work in there. Okay, I had a Red October that I bought from Nike store back in February. Well, I flew up to New York to sell it for $4,000 cash. We're in Brooklyn. Like, we're in the heart of Brooklyn, like 130th Street or something. And the dude was like, he tried them on. He's like, I don't think these are real. So we go to Flight Club. We drive, like, spend like an hour and a half in traffic, get to Broadway, pull up, fall on the side, goes in. He hollers at one of his boys, and the boys is like, check the shoes out. He's like, this is not real. And I'm just like, what? So he wanted to give me the benefit of the doubt. So he went downstairs. And so he told his boy to go downstairs and get another pair. And he brought it up, and it looks exactly the same. So, I mean, I guess I don't know who they have over there kind of just overseeing the real fake, like where they take in. But I think Flight Club now is also kind of just like they're not taking in Red Octobers, stuff like that. That's highly like, there's a lot of replicas out. So, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, they probably have like 20 different versions of samples down there just to compare in a basement.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think they can get got like anybody else. I remember Jay and I walked into Flight Club. Jay and I walked into Flight Club one day, and we didn't get the feeling from the expert that they knew it all. And I think that's the danger with consignment and with going to a reseller that you don't trust, that you haven't done business with. What the fuck kind of noises are going on over there, big?
He's hungry. He's hungry.
Nah, man, dude, I'm in the parking lot. I definitely did not. I definitely did not have dinner yet. Andy probably had Andy was in a food coma for like 3 hours. Remember that, Drew? I called him like 3 times.
He ripped one.
No. Oh boy, can we? What's next? Oh god.
Go ahead, Andy.
No, I was gonna say you see like Instagram accounts and all that stuff trying to point out like the difference between a real pair and a fake pair. Like we see that all the time now, right?
Fake education. That's a really good one, actually.
But
shout out to them.
Half the time, I mean, we're talking like millimeters difference in like stitching, you know, and positioning. And it's like, how, I mean, does that really make it fake, or does that really make it real? You know what I'm saying? Like after,
I don't know. I've seen thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of pairs of shoes in my 22 plus years in this business. And I can tell you, I'll get a case pack of 12 in on any given Nike release, and no two pairs are the same.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, their stitching will always be a little bit different, whatever. You know, it's so hard to tell now that it kind of kills the joy in buying and copying sneakers. Well, for me at least.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's like shoes that I wanted, you know, like a Ray Allen 13. Like, to me, I just don't want to buy a fake pair, so I just strike it from my mind, and it's like, that's a pair that I will never buy and that I'll never own.
Because you can't trust that it's legit.
Yeah, I can't trust that it's real.
Let me ask you a question, Penny.
Yes.
On the retail side of it, the release shoes, the marquee shoes, business as a whole actually is pretty robust. But the release shoes, like the Saturday morning Jordan or Foamposite, is slow. And
air balls for Jordan brand.
Sitting on shelves, Martian 7s and Seahawk 6s, infrared 23.6, all these different shoes. We can go down the list.
Right.
How's that affecting you on a secondary market?
Well, you know, if the shops are not moving in at retail, then smaller shops on a smaller scale have to move them. So, you know, I'm doing a lot more with them, just kind of moving products, you know, other products. I mean, you know, I think a retro every week doesn't necessarily kill your whole margin or your business or your revenue for the whole week. So, you know, to me, it's that, like, if you can, you know, it's kind of a draw. If you can last out this draw, you'll be good. I think there's some good retros coming up, but it's definitely been airball with the 7s, the 9s, and all these 6 lows.
So what's your strategy when the Jordan market is dry? As a reseller, like how
fanprice.com. It's been really good to me, starting since May to end of September. So 5 months.
So you're buying shoes below retail.
I'm buying shoes for way below retail, probably sometimes 60% off retail. And just having a smaller markup.
And you're getting those deals from the boutiques that are just trying to liquidate.
I can neither confirm or deny. I mean, I can't talk about this stuff on, you know.
Can't spill.
What the fuck do we have you on for if you can't talk about your business?
Well, Andy, help me out.
I got.
No, I mean, I'm not asking you to say who, but if you're selling a shoe below retail, obviously it's common sense that you're not losing money on it. That would be hustling backwards.
I mean, I guess the only point I can say is I'm definitely not losing money.
Okay. So. Well, with that internet connection, one might think otherwise. So.
Yeah, I'm broke out here, man. Spend all my money on food.
That's for sure.
Sorry, Drew. I'm can't talk about.
I mean, I want the audience wants to hear about your business.
Okay, my business is competitive prices.
Penny. What interests them is you're one of the most reputable resellers.
But my thing is, even if you DM me on Twitter or ask me a question like, "Where do you get your shoes from?" I can't tell you.
I'm not asking you
where the shoes come from. I mean, it's kind of like that, you know. I mean, I buy from big box. I buy from stores that, you know, it's been there for 30, 40 years that lost their Nike accounts. So I'm in there digging for 2001 gray school Jordans. You know, like I buy from second. I guess what was the topic 2 weeks ago? Secondary chains. I buy from, you know, what was it, like the Villa, the DTR. You know, I mean, and then just, you know, different shops. And I go to SneakerCon and bring some cash and just cash people out. And also, I'm doing collections. That's what the size 11 and the size 13 stuff are. They're just
so
like entire collections.
I'm out the game. I'm done. And they send you
different priorities, and you know.
And they send you a list, and you just cash them out.
That or consignment. because I mean, a lot of the consignment lots I do are with close friends or people that I've known for a while. So it's not something I'm open to the public just yet, but I'm helping them kind of just get rid of some stuff, consolidate.
You're selling it on your site for somebody
Yes,
else.
so it's consignment. So it's consignment where I'm consigning a couple personal collections. So that's why when people ask, where's the size 9 only, where's the size 8.5 only, I can't be like, yeah, I'm about to just go make them in the factory right now. I'll just make one of every shoe. It's just that, they think, oh man, like this guy's a size 9 on here, size 11 over there, size 13 over there, where's the 14, the 10, the 12, like, and all that is like lifestyle Jordans, 08, 09 retros. Some of the stuff is hard to come by. So, right. But I think, with a couple more consignment kind of experience under my belt, I probably will begin to open that to the public where they can send in shoes or, kind of like what Soul Supremacy does, which is collect on delivery. Kind of, sort of. You send them the shoes, then they send you the check. So, yeah, I mean.
So you guys, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't have a 9 to 5. You make your living on the cases, right?
Yeah, cases and some other businesses.
So
yeah, it's been. Well, I mean,
go ahead.
I started off with brick and mortar. Actually, I had a sneaker store
in the hood
in Chicago, in the hood. Had that. So I had that for like almost 3 years, I want to say.
Okay.
Sold that, and then.
And it was a consignment shop or a straight
no,
account?
it was a sneaker store with a Nike account and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So
you sold that.
So we sold it, and then I had my daughter. So after that, it kind of changed. Priority-wise, things kind of changed. I have an older son. Missed out on a lot of his early childhood. So once the daughter came, I was like, well, we sold shops. We're doing okay financially. Let's kind of slow things down a little bit, and then spend some time with family and all that stuff. So did that, and then just kind of fell into the whole case stuff. Just kind of came up. And then that took off. So that's kind of what I'm doing here.
So what gave you the idea to start doing these cases?
It was actually so I worked with a company who makes iPhone cases.
It's cousins. Andy's cousin.
They
Yakuza.
They reached out and they're like, it was originally like, hey, why don't you put like your family on a phone case, for your wife or something. I was like, oh.
What the fuck is going on over there, Benny?
Hey, can you mute before you blow your nose?
No.
Dude, what?
Jeez.
Oh, Lord.
Andy, let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this. How could you possibly vouch for that Chicago deep dish pizza trash?
Why are we calling it trash?
Chicago deep dish.
I understand. New York pizza, whatever. It's pizza. Deep dish is trash, whatever.
Deep dish is whack.
It's not whack.
It really is whack.
It really is whack.
It's whack.
In a room full of fat boys, you can't say deep dish is whack.
I'm saying deep dish pizza is whack. Deep
It's too doughy.
Might be. I don't even consider it pizza.
I mean, that's fine.
I think Chicago. I have to say, I know you're from Chicago. I don't want to trash your whole city like I would do Boston, but I think Chicago is one of the most overrated food cities in the country.
I don't know about that. Nah, I don't know about that one.
I do. I mean.
When's the last time you've been to Chicago, Drew?
I was in Chicago not too long ago. Actually, maybe 3-4 years ago.
Oh, it's too long ago.
I mean, it hasn't changed that much.
It has. No, it has. I can 100% guarantee you it has changed in the last 3-4 years.
What is that, his ass?
No, that's my fingers. I'm typing. Oh,
Bro,
God.
What are you doing?
I'm typing on the little chat thing.
Oh, my God.
Penny is a complete disaster on the show, by the way. A train right now.
I'm here for comic relief.
Listen.
Relief.
No way.
Relief picture.
There's no way Chicago is top 5 food city in the country. There's no way.
Get out of here. You crazy, Drew.
No, it's true. There's
you
no
are
way.
crazy.
All right, Drew, name the top 5 food city in America.
New York, San Francisco.
He's going to say Portland.
No, I've never been to Portland. I can't say Portland.
It's gonna say like Albuquerque or something.
No, I'm not going to say something like that. I'm going to say New York and San Francisco are 1 and 2. I'm going to say they're 1 and 2. I'm going to put shitty ass Boston as number 3.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to put Boston as number 3. I would say Washington D.C. is very underrated. Pittsburgh is very underrated. Philadelphia has to be in the mix.
Come on, you can't say
That's like 8 cities.
You are Pittsburgh.
Nah,
you just had that Primanti brothers, right?
Primanti brothers, yeah.
Primanti brothers. Come on, that's like
That's banging.
it's good. It looks.
I
good.
need to go. I need to go.
It's really everything. It really is everything. You know what? What other
That's like
cities?
one place in the entire city of Pittsburgh.
Nah, Pamela's bullshit. Pamela's is good. Dino's Wings is good. Don't get me started.
Wings, Dino's Wings. Come on. Come on,
Listen,
we're talking about like some
And the
neighborhood
best,
wing
and I got to tell you, the best.
Talk about fried chicken wings.
The best seafood in the country is in Rhode Island.
I can agree with that.
It really is. It really is
agree.
underrated. Newark, New Jersey is underrated. I'm telling you.
I'll give you my top 5. I just thought about this.
Go ahead.
All right, it's definitely New York, Atlanta. I gotta definitely put Cleveland on the map.
What?
Yeah, dude, Cleveland's definitely on the map.
Cleveland. No, it's on the map. It is on the map.
No, I just think it's coming up as a city. When LeBron coming back, I mean, the last couple times I've been there, like, yes,
Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland's in my top 5.
Get the fuck out of here. Cleveland.
Also, I gotta put Houston on it too. I think Houston food scene is definitely on the rise. Gotta put Houston on there.
I can tell you places that I want to try. I want to check out New Orleans. I would think New Orleans is probably banging. I think
it's awesome.
I think Baltimore is trash. I don't think I ever want to even go to Cleveland. Why would I want to go to Cleveland? What's in Cleveland?
Are you Joakim Noah? No one ever goes to who goes to Cleveland on vacation.
Nobody.
Yeah, I like Cleveland.
Hey,
man.
shout out to Cleveland though. Shout out to Cleveland.
There you go, Andy. There you go, Andy. You can't just diss the city. You can't just diss the city and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, you guys are all right."
Penny, the last time you were on the show, Jay was asking you about chasing some black chicks. How's that working out?
Oh God, it's not working out. How's that? Where's Jay? I saw him in DC. What is it, April? And I haven't talked to him since. But
nah, he's good. He's busy. He's too busy. He's too cool for this now. He's too cool to sit here and struggle through internet situations with you two guys.
I'm better. I'm doing better than Dallas Penn right now. So I'm
barely.
Good. I'm not barely. Bottom of the internet list.
One of the other things that as I was getting after the guys with the fakes last week, one of the other things that came up was that this show perpetuates negativity.
Yeah, man, y'all a bunch of haters.
I just think some of the questions are kind of loaded. So,
what do you think? Which ones? I
mean, just like when you press on one issue, you kind of want to get to the bottom of it, and it's kind of like sometimes people don't want to. I mean, I don't know. I think that John got
perpetuating negativity, though.
I mean, not really, but I think that some. I think
you're not saying that I'm not supposed to ask you questions.
I just think that some of the questions are set up to where the answers might be a little, have a little, negative connotation to it. So,
really?
Yeah. Let's talk about other stuff, man. Like that fake stuff we can talk about for 3 hours and you still have your, it's like LeBron, Kobe. It's like, this combo will never end. Like, oh, my buddy says that. My buddy says that. Everybody has somebody working at Nike and then they're like, oh, well, he says that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. He says that. And, it's a conversation that's been had for 5+ years, and until Nike really give us a tour of like what's going on in these factories, which they will never do because of the labor laws in China, we can never really figure out. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to show us the logistics of all that. So I mean, it's such a lost topic. Like we can talk about it all day. So that's my 2 cents.
Well, I mean.
Andy, talk.
Andy does.
Andy's in a food coma. He just woke
Andy,
up.
what was that the other day with my man Ray from the shoe game saying you sold him a fake?
Oh, that's just Ray trolling. Ray's always in my Instagram messages. He's always writing all these little comments.
By the way, Ray is trash at basketball.
Asking if I got cases for his Vader flip phone, Motorola flip phone, stuff like that.
Yeah, Andy got me a 3GS. He got me a 3GS case.
Ray's the homie, though. Ray's the homie.
3GS case.
So we perpetuate negativity, huh? So let me ask you a negative connotating question here. So, what is some of the corniest shit that you've seen recently in the sneaker game?
Is this Andy? Go first.
What? Sorry, repeat the question. What are the corniest things I've seen in the sneaker game?
Like, what are some of the corny things that you see? Like, is there anybody out there that you're like, man, this dude is so fucking corny?
I mean, you know what? Like, for me, like, yeah, there are things that make me roll my eyes, whatever. But
like who? Like what?
I mean, it's not even like who. It's just like when I go to all these shows, right? I go to all the sneaker cons, and I travel and see the people that come to these shows, and I mean, a majority of them are just kids. I mean, that's what I've come to realize is that the sneaker game, it's like a bunch of 11 to 15-year-olds, just walking around. And I mean,
but what about the 40-year-old guys that are on Instagram toe tapping and splashing in puddles?
Yeah, I mean,
that's not kids.
You guys have talked about those Instagram pictures and all that stuff. You guys have talked about that more than enough. I don't think I would have anything to add to that stuff.
Well, you got to say something.
So what I'm getting at is for me, what I see on a monthly basis when I go to these shows, that's kids, and they're just kids being kids. And I mean, there are older guys that come around, and there are guys that are just in it for the fad, of liking sneakers and being, about sneakers. But
what about that Benjamin kid that posted the picture with all those UNC?
That's the best plug in the game, man. Young Mogo on the rise. Best plug in the game.
What? I don't understand what Z just said.
I have no idea what he said.
Dude, that kid. You know what? Let's talk about that. I mean, I think what is Soul Collector did an article like two days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this Benjamin, I don't even know his last name, whatever. Benjamin Kicks is posting flexing on it. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's capitalism. I don't have a problem with it. And a lot of people are just giving him shit, but if that was your kid doing that, with your money or whatever. I mean, I don't know whose money it is, but I can care less. But
it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's daddy's money or his money.
Right, but my thing is the people on the internet are so mad about this. But what if it's a 40-year-old dude flipping shoes? Then would they still be just as mad?
Hey, what's wrong with 40-year-old dudes flipping shoes?
I mean, Andy, you're barely 40.
I'm not talking about.
I want to ask you a question. A lot of people really want to know: are you Penny's dad?
Yeah. That's my son.
Oh my God,
that's my son.
Oh Lord, nah.
You were talking before about
Andy's my uncle.
Okay,
Andy's
so here's
my
the
uncle.
thing,
and if it is Penny, how come you couldn't buy him better internet?
He's a grown man now. He's out the house.
Oh man,
he's gotta make it on his own. So let me tell you how funny this is. And I mean, we joke about it, all the time, but I kid you not, every time I'm in a sneaker show in New York, DC, and especially in the South, like Atlanta for sure, Miami, Memphis, people come up to me and talk to me like they know me, and I'm sitting here just politely returning conversation. And then Z would walk next to me, and we're standing right next to each other, and that's when they do the double take and realize that they were talking to the wrong person. This happens at least every show that I go to, and people think that I'm Z at least 3 times every show. I could be wearing a Sneaker Street T-shirt, and people will still come up to me and ask me if I'm 23 Penny.
We're gonna make shirts for Andy like I'm not 23 Penny.
Well, the only reason I even had you guys on the show was actually to prove to the world that you're not the same person. That's why I had you on together.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm not that ugly. I'm not that ugly. Don't put me in the same category as Andy.
What's going on down there in Atlanta? Anything good?
I just got back this morning at like
From
1
where?
p.m. I went to Nashville for an NFL game and just drove around, met some people, hang out, and I came back down this morning. So, cool trip. First NFL game.
Your first one?
Yep. Saw the Titans and the Colts.
Go out? Any good parties or not?
Nah. I left like right after the game. Went up to Kentucky for like 2 days.
All right, fellas. Well, listen, I think we're gonna wrap this one up a little early. I Z won't talk about his business. Andy won't.
All right, Drew. What do you want to know?
Negativity. I'm trying to promote.
Oh God.
You guys won't give me shit.
Hey,
So,
I'm a nice dude. I try to be nice to everybody.
right, but this is the sit down, man.
I know this is the sit down. I'm just trying to bring some positivity.
Andy's an influencer. You can't talk about bad. You can't talk bad about anything. You know, he's an influencer in these streets. You know what I mean? You try to get on that list, Complex. You know, top 20 counts to follow list. So you can't say anything bad.
Any list.
Ask me questions, Drew. You can ask me questions with negativity and shit. By the way, I'm not high. I'm like not high.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. But hey, I appreciate you guys joining. Everybody, go check out 23 Penny's site. Go check out Sneaker Street. Is it Case Nerd? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it's Case Nerd. So everyone just check out casenerd.com.
And so it's 23penny.com.
That's one. 23penny.com. Fanprice.com. That's for everything under $99. Area GS for all the grade school, taller shoes, preschool. Haven't got to that yet. Vault 14-18 is for the big sizes, so size 14 through 18. And I got size 11 only, size 12 only, size 13 only.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
Drew.
Who hung in and watched this enlightening episode of the Sit Down. We will catch you next week. Good night, guys.
Thanks, Drew.
Later, Drew.
Bye.